On the subject of control, and we try to cling too hard to control the future, and we actually have none. In the summer of 2022, you and I knew each other at this point. You experienced a very challenging week. Can you explain what happened?
Oh. What a lead up. Okay. I was like, which one? Yes. In the summer of 2022, I received a FaceTime call from my mom. Now, I was feeling daring. My parents are very straight-laced people. But I moved to Portsmouth. And even though this is only 3 years ago when I was 29, I got like purple highlights in my hair. I was like, ooh, they're not going to like it. Disregard the tattoos that they also don't like. But I thought that was like, oh, I'll just let them find out. So they FaceTime me and I'm like, hey, like, notice anything different? My mom looks at me and she goes, your father has brain cancer. We have him at Mass General. I need you to come home. I need you to help me get there. My mom, she doesn't feel comfortable driving in Boston. And in fairness, neither do I. And it was like an asteroid had hit me, just me, not the earth, just me personally, decimating me. Because if I know anything about cancer, my mom had cancer when I was in high school. She had stage 2B breast cancer. And I really thought, we were told you have a 1 in 4 chance of dying. A lot of people would say that's a 75% chance of living. But it's my mom. I drove my mom to all of her appointments. I drove my mom to get wigs. I drove my mom to talk to doctors. And I'm 16, 17 years old, and I'm just trying to make it work. And now I hear brain cancer. I know how that one works. So the next week, my sister had been driving her to and from Mass General. I go down, quite up to Ware, New Hampshire. You didn't even make the joke. It's too heavy, right? And every day I would drive from Portsmouth to Ware, about an hour 20, to Boston, 2 hours from Ware. Stay there all day, help understand what was going on. My parents were married for 41 years. They were together for 43. It was too much. And I think the cruelest part of it was during that week, I had all of the neurologists in the room. He had had brain surgery, and it was like a slow burn of watching him. The smartest person I've ever met. A genius, an actual genius. He got into Yale. He didn't go to Yale because Yale's very expensive. He got into Yale. And I pull over the female neurologist of the group. There are about 5 of them. And I say to her, I need you to tell me what's going on. Don't tell my mom. Tell me what's going on. She said, you have a great team of doctors here. We're going to take real good care of your dad. I said, tell me what's going on. And she said, your father has gastoblioma. I think I'm saying that right. I always mix up where the L is. It's aggressive, but he has the best team of doctors you could possibly ask for. And I was like, okay. She leaves. I Google. I cry. Because what I read is 6 months to a year, max. My dad's in the corner of the room going, "Why are you crying, Jesse?" And I said, "I have terrible allergies. Terrible." He goes, "That's how it goes this time of year, you know?" And I'm like, "That's how it goes." And my mother's looking at me like I know something. We got into the biggest fight in the way home. She's like, "You have to tell me." I said, "I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anything." Because I couldn't. I texted my brother-in-law. I said, "You have to tell my sister." I couldn't. My mom ends up reading the notes. She finds out. We talk about it. I said, "Did you understand why I couldn't?" Yeah. Unfortunately, we did not get 6 months to a year. We got 2 months. So September 14th, 2022, my father, who was completely fine, June 17th, my birthday of 2022, a little grumpy, but eating mac and cheese outside and very happy at a barbecue, dies. A week before that to the day, my beloved Ralph, my house bunny, dies. Of what? A brain tumor. Now, this is the point where I'm like, am I being punished? Universe? Like, why? And it started the strangest, most painful trajectory of grief that I've ever experienced in my life. Identity crisis. What is existence? What is the purpose? But I'll tell you this. Something hit me like someone threw a rock at me, like the back of my head. Like, well, you're not messing around with this eating disorder nonsense anymore. Like, rude. That's how it felt.
Why?
It's like, well, your dad just died and you're going to starve yourself. And I don't say that to mock anyone but myself, but that's kind of how it felt. Like, oh, life is precious. Your life might not be precious to you. You might not take what you offer the world, what people take from you, what you provide others seriously. My father didn't choose to have brain cancer. He didn't choose to die, but if he had a choice, he would have been there and it would have been for us. Losing him was losing one of the people that understood me the best in this world. And they're few and far between. And it shifted. Like, oh, how dare I? How dare I abuse this body of mine when there are people that rely on me